Welcome back, guys. In today's video, we'll be discussing the differences between factors and multiples. Let's get right into it. We're going to highlight the differences between factors and multiples under four headings. The first one, definition. Factors are numbers that divide a given number exactly, leaving no remainder. In other words, factors are exact divisors of a given number. On the other hand, multiples are the numbers obtained when you multiply a given number by an integer. Now, operation. The operation used to find factors is division, while the operation used to find multiples is multiplication. Now, let's take an example here. Say we want to find the factors of 36. We are going to say 36 divided by 1. That will give us 36. 36 divided by 2 will give us 18. We have 36 divided by 3 will give us 12. 36 divided by 4 will give us 9. And 36 divided by 6 will give us 6. So therefore, we can have the factors of 36 to be, I'm not going to continue because the other numbers that can divide 36, we already have them here as results. So I'm just going to continue because the next will be say 36 divided by 9 will give you 4. 36 divided by 12 will give you 3. 36 divided by 18 will give you 2. And of course, 36 divided by 36 will give you 1. So that's how we get factors of 36. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18, and 36 as the factors of 36. And on the other hand, say we wanted to find the multiples of 7, for instance. To get the multiples of 7, we have to multiply 7 by other by integers. So we'd have to say 7 times 1 equals to 7. 7 times 2 equals to 14. 7 times 3 equals to 21. 7 times 4 equals to 28. I'm just going to stop there. So we know that multiples of 7 will have 7, 14, 21, 28, and you can continue. 7 times 5 will give you 35. 7 times 6 will give you 42. 7 times 7 will give you 49, and so on and so forth. So the operation used to find factors is division, while the operation used to find multiples is multiplication. Let's go ahead and check other differences between factors and multiples. Here we have number. Factors of a number are finite, while multiples of a number are infinite. What does this mean? For any given number, we can list their exact factors, just like we did for 36 in the previous example. We can list all the factors of 36 to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 18, and 36. These are all the factors of, I think I left at 12. I'm just going to put 12 here. So these are all the factors of 36. But when we listed multiples of 7 just now in the previous example, you can tell that we did not completely list all the multiples of 7. So you notice that we wrote 7 to be multiples of 7. We have 7, 14, 21, 28. We have 35. We have 42. We have 49. We have 56. We have 63. We have 70. 77. And then I'm going to put dot, dot, dot. This indicates that we have not completely exhausted the multiples of 7. As it is, we've only found the first 11 multiples of 7. If we continue multiplying 7 by other numbers, we are going to get more multiples of 7. So we see that multiples of a number are infinite. Why factors of a number are finite? Because these are all the factors of 36. We don't have to put comma and 3 dots to show that there's an extension or that there are more factors somewhere. For any given number, you can list all the factors, you can list all the numbers that can divide it without a remainder. But that's not the case for multiples, because you cannot exhaust all your counting numbers in the same way you cannot exhaust all the multiples of any number. So that's the difference between factors and multiples. Another difference between factors and multiples would be size in relation to the number. For factors of a number, we say factors of a number are always less than or equal to the number itself. So we're talking about the number of factors, that is. So if you look at, say, factors of 24, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24 itself. So how many factors does 24 have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 24 has 8 factors. Thus, we have 8 to be less than 24. So the number of factors of any given number will always be less than or equal to. So let me put this sign under here. What this sign means is less than or equal to. So the number of factors of any given number will be less than or equal to the number itself. So for any given number, look at the factors of 36 we counted here earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And of course, you know that 9 is less than 36. So for any given number, factors will only be less than or at most equal to the number itself, not more. However, for multiples of a number, multiples of a number are always greater than or equal to the number itself. I wouldn't even say equal to the number itself, will most likely be always greater than the number itself, depending on how far you can think. So that's the difference between factors and multiple when you talk about their size in relation to the number. We have the factors of a number are always less than or equal to the number itself, and the multiples of a number are always greater than or equal to the number itself. So that's it on differences between factors and multiples. Before we go, I would like us to answer this one very important question when we are dealing with factors and multiples. So it's on the subject matter of lowest common multiple and highest common factor. And of course, this comes directly off the back of factors and multiples. If you want to discuss the differences between LCM and HCF, you can't do that without first discussing the differences between factors and multiples. However, the question we're going to be answering today is, Why do we find lowest common multiples of two or more numbers and highest common factor of two or more numbers, but we never find highest common multiple and lowest common factor? I hope that question makes sense, and here's why. So look at the examples we have on our screen. We have 16 and 28. We have the factors of 16 on the screen: 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. We also have the factors of 28 on our screen: 1, 2, 4, 7, 14, and 28. We identify the common factors between them to be 1, 2, and 4, as you can see. For 1, 2, and 4, 1, 2, and 4. So the common factors between 16 and 28 are 1, 2, and 4. And we have that the highest common factor is 4, because that's the largest number among their highest common factors. Now, the reason why we find highest common factor, but no one ever asks for the lowest common factor, is because since 1 is a factor of every number, the lowest common factor for any set of numbers will always be 1. So look at our common factors here: 1, 2, and 4. For any number you are given at all, the first common factor between them will always be 1. This is the reason why you are asked to find highest common factor but not lowest common factor. So I'm just going to write that down here. So lowest common factor will always be equals to 1 for any set of numbers at all that you are given. So that explains the factor part. Now, when you come to common multiples, you always find the lowest common multiple. You can see the example of the board on your screen. Rather, you have 6 and 8. We found the multiples of 6, and we also found the multiples of 8. I think we found the first 12 multiples for each of them. And we found their common multiples to be 24, 48, and 72. You can see we have 24 here, we have 48 here, and we also have 72. So from the first 12 multiples of 6 and 18, these are the common multiples that we can identify: 24, 48, and 72. And of course, their lowest common multiple is 24. So what is their highest common multiple? So just like in the case of factors that we were just discussing, you're always asked to find the lowest common multiple, but no one ever asks you to find highest common multiple. Well, the reason for this is simple. Because we cannot completely exhaust the list of multiples of any number, and we can also not completely exhaust the list of common multiples of any set of numbers, it will be difficult for us to arrive at the highest common multiple. So this is the reason why you are always asked to find lowest common multiple, but not highest common multiple. For you to be able to identify the highest common multiple, you need to first of all be able to list completely all the multiples, all the common multiples, before you can get highest common multiple. Since that is not possible, we are content with finding just lowest common multiple, and also in this case highest common factor. Now the areas where we can apply lowest common multiples or even highest common factor will be when we are working on fractions. Operations on fractions particularly require us to be very conversant with our factors, with our common factors, with our multiples and our common multiples and lowest common multiples, as well as other areas of mathematics where these can be applied. So that's it on this lesson on the differences between factors and multiples. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do well to like our page, share, subscribe. turn on our notification button so that you will know when we upload a new video. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.